unraveling. The thought of how He can be this tolerant towards you keep me up at night. And even with my vast collection of knowledge of how the world works, yet this mystery seems to elude me and mystify. Mysteries buried beneath mysteries, how He does the things He do. I'm saying that there are dimensions from which He draws from that I have no access, but of course, you wouldn't know that, would you? You see, I was once close to Him like a hand of a king. He let me into His every details, and truth be told, those times spent in His kingdom were my best made, casting mysteries that would resuscitate the carcasses of dead bodies, put flesh back on dry bones and bring it back to life. And He would sit quietly on His throne with His eyes closed, nodding His head to the rhythm and melody of my tune for my chord. My chord were always striking and hitting note, for I was always in tune, and we were so close.
There we go again. There we go again, whining about how it all began. Dear son, your petition was the beginning of your demotion and destruction. For you said in your heart,
I will rise to the highest of heavens and be like the Most High. Yes. See, those were my words, but truth be told, there were moments I wish I never started in rebellion. See, there were moments I wish I was just human, because clearly humans are your only mortals that get away with wrongdoing. I mean, it was just once. Just that one time, and you kicked me out. Yet I come before you every day accusing them of their sins, but you act like you don't see their faults. You see, if I wasn't the initiator of dark magic, voodoo, and charms, I would have asked, what spell did they cast on you? I mean, do you really think these people worship you because they love you? Wake up.
I am that I am. I am in and through the continuum of existence. Never at any time displaced in absence. My eyelids never flip nor flop. And if you need a reminder that I am the God that never slumbers or sleeps, let all creation, including Josh, remind you that I am the God that never flops. I have mercy on whom I choose to. I see all there is to, and even if my mercy reaches down to you without soul of perdition, in every timeline for eternity, you will still seek to be worshipped by my creations. But humans, my beautiful creations, my unique reflection and the embodiment of my existence, they deserve every ounce of love, every blood-drenched drop of mercy, for I have loved them with an everlasting love. I have called them by my name.
I call them by their sins. I hate them. From the very first day you brought up the idea of making them, my very reaction showed how I rated them. With every breath in my nose, I looked and envied them, because even without doing anything to deserve it, you gave them my place of intimacy. So from casting crowns to my wings cast out, my head being bruised by one of them, I have been humiliated, cast down from glory to zero, from light into darkness, and then you made me the gatekeeper to your wasteland. But now it has become my castle. Come, see for yourself the kingdom I'm building with your so-called unique reflection. For how long? See, how long shall it take to prove to you that these things are not worthy of the kind of love you bestowed on them? I mean, look at them. Gullible creatures, worthless piece of precious clay. As a roaring lion, I know those I can devour, and every single time they fall for my scheme, I just make them an offer of a penny for their souls, and the blood that lay your blood, the same offer you didn't vote for. Now tell me, how can creatures like this be your unique reflection? See, what is flesh that you are so mindful of?
I am good. It is not just my nature. It is not just my character, it is my nature. I am the good father. And I am love. It is who I am, and it is not just a show of affection. And no, It's not a factor about them being perfect, but about my goodness and love, lifting them. For I display the excellence of my strength through their weaknesses. See, my unique beings are ones that my love chases after over the mountains and below the valleys, because I know their worth and values. They are who I say they are. You do not define them to me, so your accusations are baseless before me. For they have been sealed with the crimson stamp of the blood and grafted in mercy. And yes, I know they falter. I know they falter by the littlest of things, desiring the little things of life more than life. But as long as they've got breath, they've still got another chance. I am no lawless God. For the sons I love, I do reprove, and though
hands join in hands, no sinner shall go upon it.
But still, my mercy overrules judgment. My mercy overrules judgment. You said you're building a kingdom. I did not desire to see. For the kingdom I have established has been sealed with grace, and no gate of hell shall prevail against it. But come, like I showed you Job, have you seen this generation of worshippers? Such as I have always sought for. True worshippers seeking to know my heart. See, our love story began since I called them by my name. The life and the blood of my son was the valentine I showed them. Mercy and grace are the special treat I lavish on them every morning.
Grace.
Yes, grace.
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 Enlighten me, please. How does salvation by grace work if they have free will? I mean, if salvation hinges on whether they choose to be saved or not, then isn't that a loophole for me to get access? I mean, if they have to choose for or against God, then doesn't that mean I have a chance at influencing their choices and investing your precious little things? What a waste. How can you not see that these things will blame you for every evil thing, regardless or even worse? Some of them don't even believe you exist. I mean, have you listened to their lamentations lately? If there is a God, oh, it's a classic. If there is a God, why there's so much pain in the world? If there is a God, why there's salvation in Utopia? If there is a God, and every time they are caught in their own act, they say it's a devil fault, and it sickens me because you still refuse to take away your covering of protection upon them. I mean, these things literally smoke and pop the flames in your face and tell you,
I have always known you to be the accuser. So I made provision for the perfect sacrifice to silence. You have no place here. Pick up! Dearest God, you are my unique reflection. No matter how far you've fallen, no matter how damaged you are, I want you to know that I still want you, because I can fix you. I want you to know that beyond and over all of my creations, even the celestial bodies do not have the might and dominion that I have given to you. You have it all within you. So go therefore, proclaim my majesty. While doing that, remember, I love you.